Good evening, everyone. My name is Manish Bharadwaj, and I am National Sales Director at Shipyaari. I'm a logistic baby. I have worked with best of the best in the industry like DHL, FedEx, and Amazon. My career has been a journey of over 18 years. With me, I have Rohit Pawar. Rohit is founder and CEO of First SN. After being a seller on Amazon and Flipkart, he has rightfully become an e-commerce pro. Today, with First SN, Rohit is helping sellers start their e-commerce journey and grow with the ecosystem. Rohit, welcome.
Thank you so much, Manish, for the introduction. It's wonderful having here, and thank you. And great to have a chat with you with year long of experience. Wonderful to connect and discuss.
Thank you, Rohit. So, Rohit, Amazon has become part of our daily lives, right? There is no buying decision that is complete without browsing through Amazon's options, right? So I would like to open this conversation by asking you why Amazon?
Wonderful. So why Amazon? Like we've seen that Google is a search engine, right? Similarly, Amazon is also a search engine for products, right? You want to buy any product, you first go on Amazon and you look up for that product, be it any category, be it clothing, be it lifestyle, be it footwear, or be it grocery, be it health and personal care. Anything and everything is basically being purchased on Amazon, right? So the discoverability is on Amazon, and hence Amazon, any brand, any seller who is into the D2C space, it's very important that they have Amazon as a channel, and it's important that they are present on the channel. So hence Amazon is critical. And if we just look at the numbers, so roughly in about 2018, Amazon was roughly sitting at close to 22 billion USD. In the Indian e-commerce market was Amazon was roughly sitting at 22 billion USD. In 2030, we expect Amazon to reach close to 350 billion USD, which is massive, right? So if any product business is not selling on Amazon roughly, they are missing out on the opportunity. Like we are seeing on screen, as of 22, we are sitting at 83 billion USD.
Yeah.
By the time we reach 26, it will be roughly at 150 billion USD. So it's an easy jump. It's easily going to 2x, in just a few years of time. So it's important that we don't miss out on this opportunity, and hence Amazon is critical and very important.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you for that insight, Rohit. So while we are, talking about sellers and helping sellers grow their business, start their e-commerce journey, what do you think are the challenges for the sellers here?
So again, just as a precursor to give context of where Amazon sits into the entire business gamut or entire business sales for any particular given brand. Am I audible?
I think you are. Yes, you are.
Okay. So just to give context, I think if we see any D2C brand, like maybe be it a boat or Vadam Teas, or for that matter, Mama Earth, they have their considerable revenue flowing in from Amazon as a marketplace. So roughly 60 to 70% of their overall business on the e-commerce channels is driven by Amazon. We are working with one of the players where so that particular brand does over 1 crore a month on Amazon itself. So we understand how important Amazon is. Yeah. So just coming to the challenges, the operational challenges, be it or any of the challenges that we are seeing on screen, there are certain sets of challenges which any D2C brand or any brand or a seller selling on marketplace sort of faces, right? So I think the very first challenge that we are seeing here is competition, right? Amazon by nature, we all know that it's a very competitive marketplace. There are brands who've built their entire businesses here on the marketplaces, and they're just out there killing, right? So in order to sort of do well in this particular space, I think we first need to understand the competition, understand what particular category your product or your brand is sort of sitting in. For example, if we just see on screen now, we are in whey protein category, right? To understand competition, you need to understand the category, right? You need to then break down the category, understand who the top players are in the category. Now, if we see, these are the top 10 ranked players in the whey protein category, right?
Yeah.
So just see how their overall experiences, right? Understand the competition. So that's the very first step of understanding competition, that what they are doing. First identify and then sort of understand what they are doing on the marketplaces. Again, if we just move forward and just talk about what the competition, first, like we discussed, understand the category, then break it down at a product level, at a competition level, where every brand is sort of doing some unique things on Amazon, right? For example, if we see this particular listing, it's one of the top sellers in the whey protein space.
Yeah.
Now, if you see the main image, the hero image as we call it, they have done something different. If you could just go back to the previous slide, we will see the stark difference in, just look at the main image of Atom, which is the third bestseller product, right? It is setting out differently, right? So that is breaking the pattern, right? So you need to understand that if other players are not doing it, how can we stand apart? How can we do something differently, right? So that is interrupting the pattern, right? Of search. So exactly. So the main image. So yeah, if you could just go again to the, yeah, correct. So if we just look at the entire flow of creatives, the creatives are fantastically done. The videos are up there. If you just look at the title, you need to then understand the overall landing page, the product landing page of your competition, as to what they are doing, where is the gap, and how can we do it better. So that is how you stand apart. Despite this, there being a lot of competition on the marketplace, you need to identify the loopholes by understanding how the platform works. And these are a few pointers like creatives, product videos, reviews, then A+ content. These are certain set of parameters which really help brands set apart from the competition.
All right. What's the next one for us in terms of challenges?
Correct. So, yeah, if you could just jump the slide. Correct. So I think Manish, I think our listeners are questioning about Hindi. So
we can switch to English.
Wonderful.
I think हो सकता है. Yeah.
Wonderful, not a problem. ठीक है. So I think competition के बाद the major challenge then the sellers or brands face is visibility, right? कि इतने सारे players हैं, everybody is out there, Amazon पे दिख रहे हैं, but हम कैसे दिखेंगे, right? How do we improve visibility? So that is a challenge. So to that particular challenge, there are certain sets of things which are need to be done, right? For example, there are certain, now for example, in May, there is a May art festival which is going to be starting by 2nd of May, right?
True.
So events and festivals are very critical in terms of getting more visibility. So you need to go aggressive with your pricing, your visibility, your stock and inventory levels, so that you don't miss out on these important dates and events where the influx of traffic is higher, because Amazon themselves make a lot of noise on the digital platforms, on the retail front and stuff, to bring in more people during these event festivals and days. Right.
And
So
these events are very frequent now. Every year there are 4 to 5 ART events. That's what Amazon calls it. And Absolutely. I cannot stop myself from using the term, being an Amazonian for good 4 years. Yeah, please continue.
So yeah, we should definitely cash on to these events and festivals. After that, there are multiple promotions, coupon promotions, which are then set on Amazon at a product level. So we definitely should. So let's say if you want to give a discount of, let's say, 50 rupees on MRP, we just shouldn't directly cut down the price by 50 rupees and discount it and list it by discounted by 10-15%. Right? We should have some component of that 50 rupees parked in coupons, which is then seen as a different batch जहाँ पे दिखता है कि बॉस ये particular listing पे we are running coupons, right? So that combination needs to be set by any particular brand or seller to be able to drive more visibility and stand out from the competition, right? After that, if you are seeing advertising plays a major role, and it has a very big impact on the overall advertising revenue, and of course the overall top line sales for the brand. So advertising is something which sets apart any given brand from the rest, from the herd, right? तो वहां पे आपको multiple advertising strategies you need to figure. You need to understand what the category looks like, who the weak players are in the category, target those weak players, उनका traffic आप अपने landing page पे लेके आइए. So multiple things on advertising can be done. First, you need to understand your product margins and then you start advertising. पहले ये समझिए कि आपके पास कितना पैसा है, कितना breathing space है, कितना margin है जहाँ पे आप advertise कर सकते हैं, and what percentage of your revenue is being then driven by advertising and what percentage is driven by organic sales. So these are a few metrics which need to be then addressed and understood.
Rohit, fantastic. You talked about advertising here, and you make a very important point because advertising is a bottomless pit, right? You can spend as much as you want, but you need to understand. And here is a great tip here. You need to understand your margin on the product and then accordingly set your budget and go on the journey of advertising, because when your product is good, you have to market it out loud there because the competition is intense and you have what, 5 seconds of attention span these days. Yeah, so that's
Correct.
what you are required to do. Yeah,
absolutely. So I think I would just want to add few more pointers on the advertising front because ये बहुत ज़्यादा important हो जाता है because A cost, tag cost, बहुत सारे metrics होते हैं on the advertising level which brands or sellers usually don't get it, right? So one key tip for advertising would be to understand the margins, understand how much breathing space on the margin front आपके पास है, and then accordingly आप budgets park करिए and then advertise. Because if you know your numbers better, only then you should advertise. अगर आपके पास number के ऊपर clarity नहीं है, तो बेहतर होगा कि आप advertise ना ही करें, right? So this is very important when it comes to advertising. Then there is a whole lot of bigger spectrum on advertising जो हम explore कर सकते हैं. जैसे sponsored brands हो गए, sponsored products हो गए. Sponsored products में it branches down into multiple targets, जहाँ पे हम product targeting कर सकते हैं, हम keyword targeting कर सकते हैं, हम category को target कर सकते हैं. Again, every these particular aspects can then be further branched out. Similar sets can be done for the sponsored brand videos and sponsored brand headline search ads. So advertising is in itself a massive chunk which आपके business को बहुत ज़्यादा impact deliver कर सकता है. जैसे again, one important key metric that every seller needs to understand in terms of growth is the repeat purchase ratio of the category. अगर आपका grocery product है तो आपका customer acquisition cost high होगा, but आप long term में अगर आपका product अच्छा है, आप long term में you will make money, right? Because of the repeat purchase ratio. So ये बहुत सारे छोटे-छोटे metrics हैं जो Amazon पे important होते हैं, marketplace पे important होते हैं, which every brand and every seller needs to understand that मेरे ब्रांड का या मेरे प्रोडक्ट का रिपीट परचेज रेशियो क्या है, राइट? इफ द रिपीट परचेज रेशियो इज हाई, you can go a little aggressive on the advertising and burn a little cash upfront to acquire the customer, right? एक बार customer acquire हो जाता है, and if your customer is if the product is good, the customer lifetime value will be higher, right? तो आप second और third sale में probably you can make more money there, right? So multiple things that need to be figured on the advertising front, multiple strategies need to be built on the advertising front, which eventually helps a brand grow and scale their businesses on Amazon.
Hey Rohit, how does a seller improve the landing page experience? How do we make it an enhanced experience as a seller?
So product landing page is basically the entire thing that is seen on the screen now, right? अभी customer की एक journey होती है. Customer, अगर मैं आपको journey explain करूँ, just in a few steps. So the customer journey first step would be customer plugging in the keyword on search, Amazon search. जो search bar होता है, वहाँ पे customer types a keyword, then some results show. तो सबसे पहला जो customer चीज notice करता है, that is the main image. Right. So I'm just summarizing. No, can we just go on the previous slide, please? Correct. So the customer main image is very important here. To be able to customer को convince करना चाहिए. Product main image is very important. जहाँ पे अगर main image अच्छा होगा आपका title अच्छा होगा, आपके reviews अच्छे होंगे, आपकी price point comparative होगी, तब जाके कोई customer click करेगा आपके product पे, right? So once the customer clicks onto the product, फिर आपका लैंडिंग पेज दिखता है कस्टमर को, राइट? तो ये जर्नी में फर्स्ट स्टेप वुड बी टू मेक द कस्टमर क्लिक ऑन योर प्रोडक्ट. तो आपका मेन इमेज इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है, आपके रिव्यूज, आपका टाइटल, आपकी प्राइसिंग सब इंपॉर्टेंट है, राइट? So once the customer clicks on the landing page, on the product offering, he then comes on the product landing page. इसके बाद multiple things, like if you're seeing the bullet points are very descriptive in this particular example, right? तो इसके बाद product title आप देखेंगे, the product is explained to the T यहाँ पे, right? Each aspect of the product is defined here. Amazon के पास, Amazon हमें real estate देता है. जैसे product title, I consider that as a real estate, which is absolutely free, you know, जो हम brands और sellers को मिलती है. और इसको हमें लेवरेज करना चाहिए. आप जो कैरेक्टर लिमिट होते हैं, आपको ये कैरेक्टर लिमिट फुल ऑप्टिमाइज्ड यूज करने चाहिए आपके प्रोडक्ट को डिस्क्राइब करने के लिए, सो दैट द कस्टमर अंडरस्टैंड्स द प्रोडक्ट इन द फर्स्ट गो इटसेल्फ, राइट? जस्ट टू ब्रेक इट डाउन, एंड दिस इज अ पार्ट ऑफ द लैंडिंग पेज एक्सपीरियंस. जस्ट टू ब्रेक इट डाउन, अगर आप देखेंगे, दिस इज अ हेयर थिकनिंग स्प्रे. इट इज स्टाइलिश रेकमेंडेड volumizing hair product for all genders, जहाँ पे ये hair volume, texture for spray, you know, it's all of that in thickening product for men and women. और इसका grammage दिया हुआ है. So in short, they have described what their product has got to offer, who the TG is, what the offering is, and what it does. Correct?
True.
So ये एक important aspect है, because सबसे पहले चीज यही देखेगा, image देखेगा और title देखेगा customer. उसके बाद इमेज स्क्रॉल करेगा, राइट? इफ यू जस्ट गो अ लिटिल फर्दर इन दिस स्लाइड, आपको A+ कंटेंट दिखेगा. ये हमने ब्रेक किया है A+ कंटेंट को. इट्स यूजुअली इन अ वर्टिकल फॉर्मेट. अगर हम देखेंगे यहाँ पे, ये पूरा सोल्यूशन ओरिएंटेड कंटेंट इन्होंने दिया हुआ है अबाउट द सेम प्रोडक्ट.
Can you define what is A+ content? You use this terminology. What does it mean?
Correct. So A+ content is basically content which defines the product extensively. जो हम मेन प्रोडक्ट इमेजेस में मे बी एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पा रहे, वो हम नीचे A+ content का एक सेक्शन होता है प्रोडक्ट डिस्क्रिप्शन में. So in that particular section, A+ content as a for brand registered sellers, mind you, A+ content as a section is given, right? जहाँ पे you can give more additional insights about the product, about what the product has got to offer, how the product is going to solve your problem, who the product is for, और उसके जैसे हम यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं before, after, you know, all of those things. So if you could just go step by step, you know, get your thickest, boldest looking hair ever, right? Then hair turning volume, जहाँ पे उन्होंने और information दी है. Then what the product is made up of, because since this product is something which is used by the customer, which will be implemented on their body, तो ये भी बहुत important information है कि product में डाला क्या है इन्होंने, right? फिर product को use कैसे करते हैं, और ये product किस किस के लिए है, right? तो in a way इन्होंने पूरी product की offering है, वो पूरे product को describe कर दिया है in the A+ content, and this really helps in improving the landing page experience. Correct. So just to give a small snippet on the entire landing page experience, you know, there are a few things which are very, very important for the landing page. First being the product title, then being the product images, then the product reviews, and then the content that you put out on the entire landing page, be it bullet points, be it product description, be it A+ content. All of these pointers are really important in having a good product landing page experience, right? Very important.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rohit. Very elaborative. Could we have used some other example on a lighter note? Yeah, so after a fantastic landing page, what are the few tips, because that's where the conversion happens. That's what we all are looking for, and a seller is looking for
Correct.
conversion, right? So what are your few hot tips that you would want to give us?
So on the landing page, right?
Yeah.
So on the landing page, like we discussed, the title, bullets, the images, the reviews, the videos, all of these things are very, very important. After that, you also need to understand that जो आप keyword research करते हो, because Amazon is very keyword driven platform, right? आपके keywords बहुत ज़्यादा important होते हैं Amazon पे, right? So it is very, very important that you have all those keywords plugged into your product title, your product bullet points, your product description, and again, your Amazon backend search terms of any particular given listing.
Yeah.
Because then Amazon understands that what we are trying to rank, what keywords we are trying to rank this particular product for, right? Because Amazon then understands that if, let's say, hair thickening spray, which is seen in the product title, so Amazon's algorithm will identify that, boss, this product is a hair thickening spray, which customers are searching for, and then Amazon thinks that there is some relevancy here, and then they try to list your product organically for this particular search term.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't keyword stuff जैसे boldify hair thickening spray, and again वापस कहीं पे hair thickening spray डालना नहीं चाहिए, because that is called keyword stuffing. वो नहीं करना चाहिए, वो customer के experience को थोड़ा खराब करता है. But it should be keyword optimized. So there is a difference between keyword stuffing and keyword optimizing. तो keyword optimize करना चाहिए जहाँ पे readability improve होगी customer की जो content पढ़ रहा है, and algorithm understands what is the product all about, right? Yeah. तो आपको कीवर्ड के लिए कीवर्ड रिसर्च करनी पड़ती है कि कौन से कीवर्ड्स सर्च हो रहे हैं Amazon पे, एंड व्हाट कीवर्ड्स का सर्च वॉल्यूम क्या है, ओवरऑल कितने लोग compete कर रहे हैं वो पर्टिकुलर कीवर्ड्स पे. There are multiple tools which are out there in the market which will help you understand these particular metrics and pointers. But ये कुछ चीजें important है which will really help you convert better.
Oh, great. So you are saying in a nutshell, you need to talk out loud and without being repetitive on the front side of the product, which is the main, the header of the product.
Correct. Because that is what customers see first, right? Title में आपको explain कर दो title so that customer वो दिखता है.
True. That is true. Can we have the next slide, please? So after conversion, how do we handle the traffic problem? I think that's something that caught my attention here on the slide.
Correct. So one important thing, Manish, that we need to identify, let's say a seller or a brand is doing few lakhs a month as their monthly revenue, right? And if that particular brand is not able to grow, वो plateau हो गया उनकी sales, right? उनकी sales बढ़ नहीं पा रही. So what needs to be done then, right?
Yeah.
So we need to then address and identify problem कहाँ पे है, right? Is it a product problem? Is it a conversion problem? Or is it a traffic problem, right? अगर product problem है कि लोग product खरीद रहे हैं और product return आ रहे हैं या product पे reviews खराब आ रहे हैं, right? So these are few indicators that the problem is a product problem, right? अगर आपका product अच्छा है, आपके कुछ sales आ रहे हैं and people are giving good reviews, right? But आपका inadequate traffic है, आपके जो product landing page है उस पे month on month अगर आप देखेंगे आपके उतने ही page views आ रहे हैं, right? अगर आपके page views increase नहीं हो रहे तो आपके orders भी increase नहीं होंगे, right? Then that becomes a traffic problem. Correct? So we need to identify this जो, I mean, people don't understand, and majority of the brands out there, they are not able to identify why their sales are not growing, right? So this identification of the problem is one of the key aspects where we identify what is not working, and then accordingly address those problems and then work on those problems, right? जैसे जैसे हमने डिस्कस किया, प्रोडक्ट प्रॉब्लम है तो प्रोडक्ट को फिक्स करिए.
Yeah.
अगर हमने देखा कि मंथ ऑन मंथ हमारे पेज व्यूज ओवरऑल ब्रांड लेवल पे या प्रोडक्ट लेवल पे उतने ही है, देन दैट्स अ ट्रैफिक प्रॉब्लम, राइट?
Yeah.
तो ट्रैफिक को इम्प्रूव करिए, आप एडवर्टाइज थोड़ी बेहतर करिए, राइट? इफ वी आर हैविंग a good amount of traffic flowing in on the product landing pages, but people are not converting, then it's a conversion problem, right? Then how can we improve conversions? So conversions के कुछ levers होते हैं, like we discussed previously. People convert by looking at the overall landing page, by seeing what the reviews are talking about, by seeing reading the reviews, that whether the product has actually helped a given consumer or not, right? उस पे आपको काम करना पड़ेगा. आपका अगर लैंडिंग पेज, क्रिएटिव्स, वीडियोस अगर आपके प्रोडक्ट को एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो देन कन्वर्जन आपके डिप होंगे, बिकॉज अगर कस्टमर को प्रोडक्ट ही नहीं समझ रहा है तो वो खरीदेगा क्यों? वो कन्वर्ट ही नहीं होगा ना. तो वो ओवरऑल लैंडिंग पेज एक्सपीरियंस इंपॉर्टेंट होना जरूरी है, बिकॉज दैट एड्स कन्वर्जन, right? So hence identifying a conversion problem and solving for it becomes very critical.
So while we are on the topic, Rohit, we have a question from Tanushri here.
Yeah.
Are there any tools brands can use for keyword research? Is Google keyword search good? I believe she meant good enough.
Got it. Thank you, Tanushri, for your question. So just to understand, just to give an insight here, Amazon themselves have a brand analytics tool which is there for brand registered sellers. So that tool we will see in the forthcoming slides. आगे हमारी slides पे है कि वो tool दिखता कैसे, एक just snippet है. So that tool will give you an understanding. It's absolutely free of cost. You don't have to pay anything for it, right? But mind you, it is only for brand registered sellers. So yeah, correct. Brand analytics, this particular tool. So this data points will give you search volume at a keyword level, right? कि कौन से कीवर्ड पे कितने लोग सर्च कर रहे हैं, right? आपके ब्रांड को वो पर्टिकुलर कीवर्ड पे कितने क्लिक्स आ रहे हैं, कितने इंप्रेशंस आ रहे हैं, इंप्रेशंस कम फर्स्ट, उसके बाद कितने क्लिक्स आ रहे हैं एंड कितने कन्वर्ट हो रहे हैं, right? So this entire structure is beautifully laid out by Amazon for brand registered sellers, where we need to break it down at a keyword level, yeah, at a brand level, yeah, at a product level, that what are the searches which are trending on Amazon for any given product, what is the impression that you are getting for that product, for your product, and how many clicks are you getting, and how many sales are you driving out of the total sales that are being driven for that particular keyword, right? So just to give an example here, Manish, if you see the first line item here, the first row itself,
yeah,
right? If you see the search funnel purchases, the last bucket,
yeah,
right? So this bucket tells you, if you see the box, the marked here, if we see it's a keyword, right? वो keyword को हमने highlight कर दिया because this becomes a little brand sensitive. We would not be able to share that data with anybody. So वो keyword पे हमने, let's say for example that keyword is ABC for that matter, ठीक है? So ABC keyword के ऊपर total 196 परचेजेस हुए हैं Amazon पे फॉर अ गिवन टाइम फ्रेम.
ओके,
जैसे फॉर द मंथ ऑफ मार्च ABC कीवर्ड पे 196 कन्वर्जन्स हुए, परचेजेस हुए, ठीक है? आउट ऑफ दैट परचेजेस आवर ब्रांड हैड 28 परचेजेस, which is 14%, roughly 14.3% of the total purchases.
okay, that's interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
So we can dig down at that level to understand what is happening at a keyword level. कि ये keyword पे let's say 100 यूनिट बिक रहे हैं, तो मेरे ब्रांड के लिए कितने यूनिट बिके ये keyword के लिए, right? Multiple hypotheses could be built, multiple things can be strategized here, and multiple data points can be studied and worked out here. So this is a fantastic tool in itself that Amazon has given brand registered sellers, जो बहुत hypothesis build कर सकता है. And again, just to add here, there are multiple third-party tools also.
So
Yes,
this
sir.
tool, sorry to break the rhythm here, but this tool is available on Amazon. This is more for the benefits of seller, because I'm sure they must be wondering where they can find this tool.
100%. This tool is right there on the dashboard. Under brands, you will see brand analytics. And brand analytics में ये सारा data है brands को.
All
Right.
right. An important point to note to everyone, they need to go under brand and then see the brand analytics.
Yeah, and this will spit data at a brand level, at a product level, at a keyword level, and analysis of the entire category. तो बहुत फैंटास्टिक टूल है. इसके अलावा अगर हम यही प्रॉपर स्टडी करें, इसी को हम रेफर करें, तो देयर इज नो अदर होली बाइबल अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस. सो इसके बाद देन देयर आर अदर थर्ड पार्टी टूल्स आल्सो, जैसे हीलियम 10 करके एक टूल है which we also use for some data points. तो वहां पे भी आप कीवर्ड रिसर्च कर सकते हैं, वहां पे भी आप देख सकते हैं कि what are the volume, search volume and stuff. Yeah, so that was the answer to the question that is being asked.
That was an elaborative one, and I'm sure there are sellers who were longing for this answer and searching here and there. There you go. Yeah. Can we have the next slide, please?
Wonderful. So Manish, I'd like to understand from you on these pointers. So please enlighten, please help us in understand that logistics में क्या challenge होते हैं कोई particular brand के लिए, and how can the brand sort of navigate through them, और ये fix कैसे करे और इसका impact brands को कैसे दिखता है in their numbers and sales.
Yeah, thank you. So in logistics for Amazon, I'll just take you through how Amazon works at this point of time. What are the different ways for a seller to sell on Amazon, and especially with regards to logistics, that comes the fulfillment part of it. So after the conversion, which the part that you have covered till now, how do you send the product to the end consumer or the buyer?
Correct.
So Amazon has MFN, which is easy ship and self ship. MFN is merchant fulfilled network, where merchant does everything. So picking, packing, and then doing the dispatches on the merchant. Then comes the seller flex part of it. That's the next elevation for a seller, where the volumes are higher than an easy ship category, and Amazon gives a WMS kind of software where seller can do. Sorry,
Manish, just before we move to the seller flex point, can you just help us understand the difference between easy ship and self ship?
Yeah, so easy ship here is something where Amazon and Amazon Transportation Services will come and pick it up from seller. And self ship is something where seller has to choose a service provider, a courier company. That's where a service provider like Shipyaari comes into picture, where the seller has to do a self ship on MFN option that they have chosen. Seller flex is little refined than MFN, where the volumes are larger. Scale is a little bigger than MFN, and but smaller than fulfilled by Amazon, which is Amazon FCs. Seller flex is more of one stop places, and from there you are distributing to a different part of the country. The third one is fulfilled by Amazon, most favorite, where we are looking for batches. That this is fulfilled by Amazon, and the promises are a little sharper there. You get same day, yeah, you get same day, you get next day, and best of the best promises. That's where the fulfilled by Amazon comes in picture. There are few advantages, which is faster delivery, more visibility, prime badge, the sought after thing there. In terms of challenges, every model has its own challenges, wherein MFN and Sellerflex share the challenges because their ATS comes into picture. The logistics distribution is from one place to all across India. When it comes to fulfilled by Amazon, which is Amazon FC, the biggest challenge is appointment based deliveries, right? We all have seen this, where sellers struggle. Oh, I have missed it by 1 minute, and now my truck will have to stand there, or my vehicle will have to stand there for the next day.
and especially during the event days or event जैसे दिवाली जब आती है तब getting an appointment is a major challenge, right?
Absolutely.
And if you're not able to inward your goods at the FC, आपका पूरा sale period goes for a toss.
Absolutely. And it's a difficult task in case you miss those appointments.
Correct.
Yeah. The next challenge that is very loud in its own term is unsold and unsellable inventory that has been returned by Amazon, because managing that inventory also becomes a big challenge for the seller. Longer delivery cycle timelines, that is more of a non FBA kind of challenge, wherein a seller is an easy ship seller, and most of the easy ship parcels are shipped by road, right? And surface takes its own sweet time. So that's a big one, because you always want to be closer to the customer. You always want to deliver in a day or two and want to be there, because customer doesn't want to wait for 3-4 days. Easy ship has those challenges, right? So immediately, not jumping on the solutions, but while we are on the topic, if you choose a self-ship option, choose the sharpest transit time available, but use a premier courier company, because spending a little on logistics will not harm you. As you earlier mentioned, that see your margins and choose it very wisely. You have done everything, you have converted a customer, but what if your add to cart has not happened because of the promise that you have mentioned there, right? 4 days versus next day. Just imagine the mindset of a buyer. So in a self-ship option, choose the sharpest possible transit time, or use multiple FCs, right? Do a data analysis where your consumer base is, where the density is there, and based on the region, which is north, south, west, and east, be closer to the customer. Go to multiple FCs, do those changes in your GST where you add multiple FCs in your additional places of businesses, and go closer to the consumer base here. Damages in transit. Amazon FBA does solve that problem, but at the end of the day, humans are managing these packages, right? And then there are rush and hurry of delivering and making sure that the promise is met. In that, so you need to also ensure that your packaging is transit worthy, right? Sometimes a seller may not invest much and may not understand the importance of making your parcel very secured and safe during the transit. But the transit has its own kind of fatigue on a package. So just ensure that you make your package fatigue proof and transit worthy there. There is question that we have mentioned here. Why do we need fast delivery? I have answered that question, because you don't want to be in the category where the buyer is waiting for 4 days and you kill the excitement.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll just like to add here and give a scenario so that it becomes easy for the listeners also to understand that why it is important, right? Let's say I want to gift something to somebody on their his or her birthday. That's when you need the product right there in your hand before the birthday happens, for example, right?
Bang.
And hence you want the product at that very instance. So then it becomes critical. Let's say if it's your daughter's birthday, if your son's birthday, you want that particular dress to be right there available before the birthday, right? It cannot come after the birthday. So it'll kill that entire customer experience. And hence having the right logistics partner is also very important, to have that elevated customer experience at the end of the day, because then the customer will remember the product, then the customer will remember the brand, and that's how the longevity or the LTV of the brand is built. Correct?
Absolutely. And let's respect that not everybody has the liberty of planning occasions in advance, right? So like Amazon always does, solve it on behalf of the customer. And that's where that's between you and your competition, that you take the cake and take the pie there by being available, being the fastest possible there, right? So, and how do you ensure fastest delivery? By choosing the right courier partner. Shipyaari, fantastic in terms of solving those problems. So choose your partner wisely and be be there at the best possible speed in front of the customer. Yeah, so that's on logistics. Can we have the next slide, please? There we go.
Wonderful.
My favorite question and answer. Let's see what do we have here. If I want to start selling on Amazon tomorrow, what will be the initial step I will have to take? This is Viren asking us.
Okay, so I'll take this up, Manish, this particular question. So if we want to start selling on Amazon, first, just identify and study what product category is the brand is currently falling into. कहाँ पे आपके क्या space है, what the competition looks like, pricing क्या होनी चाहिए, आपके product के photo shoots, creatives ready है या नहीं, आपका product का content ready है या नहीं, आपके जो ऑन ग्राउंड ऑपरेशनल चीजें होती है वो रेडी है या नहीं, जैसे पैकिंग, पार्सलिंग, लेबलिंग, प्रोडक्शन, ऑल ऑफ दोस थिंग्स, आर दोस थिंग्स रेडी और नॉट, दैट्स एट अ वेरी बेस लेवल. So इसके बाद you then would want to look at listing your product in that particular category. Then you understand what are the commission charges that Amazon will charge you, because it's a marketplace. You need to pay certain set of commissions to the marketplace. And then you understand आपकी selling price क्या है, आपकी MRP क्या है, right? Then understand the margins that you are currently selling at. Then आप list करिए and then you start generating some visibility for the product. That's how the entire a Hawkeye view, as we say, is of how do we start the entire piece of advertising. Entire piece of selling on Amazon.
Yeah, I guess we have the next question for you, which is more on understanding. Is there any tool to research keywords for promoting?
Yeah, so I think we discussed this earlier, but we'll take it up again. So Amazon themselves have a tool called Brand Analytics, where detailed impressions, how many searches are being happening, how many times that particular keyword is searched on Amazon. Amazon will give you that data, and this data will be category specific. Let's say if you are selling apparel, men's apparel, you will only get to see men's apparel data, t-shirt data, for example. If you're selling t-shirts, you will only get to see that data point, right? आपको shoes का data point नहीं दिखेगा वहाँ पे, आपको आपके category के हिसाब से आपको data points दिखेगा, right? And then you basically, that is one place where you get to understand the keywords, the search volumes, what are the impressions that you are driving for those particular searches, and that is an Amazon tool. After that, you can look at Helium 10, you can look at Jungle Scout, which will help you do keyword research and understand the search volumes there. And then again, अगर आप Google Analytics देखें, Google पे थोड़ा search करें तो वहाँ पे भी आपको कुछ मिल जाएगा data point. But first Brand Analytics, then Helium 10, Jungle Scout, and then the rest.
All right. I have next question. Let's say this is for Manish. How can Shipyaari help in Amazon fulfillment?
Please help.
Absolutely. So Amazon fulfillment has one leg where Shipyaari can be absolutely useful, which is appointment-based delivery. Our services do include appointment-based delivery, where we can integrate the systems and understand what time the delivery is expected, and we make sure that our attempt at the particular warehouse is made only during that time period, so that we don't miss on the appointment, which is a big pain point for the sellers, and we solve it with our product offering. There is one more question that I will take. That's for me. Can you please explain the appointment-based delivery process in detail from pickup to inward and outward for order receipt? Yeah, so this is the detail is that when a seller tells us that this is the timing for our delivery, we attempt within that time period only. And that's how we make sure that we reach there in time as per the appointment. I think that's on Amazon fulfillment. I'll just look for a few more. questions. Yeah, do Shipyaari has different warehouse zone wise? Yes, we do have Kaustubji. Based on the requirements, we do provide the warehouses where the requirement could be if you want us to only store, we can do that. If you want us to do the fulfillment also, we take care of that as well. So yes, the answer is yes, we have different warehouses zone wise. I'll just see if there are more questions. So I think our questions and there, I will just summarize few things. Rohit,
Yeah, I
you
think,
say something?
there's one question I see. What can new brands do to increase sale, especially when they don't have interview? Uh, I'm not sure if that is interview, but yeah, you were saying something?
Yeah, I did not understand this question as well.
Yeah, maybe it's not interview, maybe it's
Something else we have to crack.
reviews maybe.
Yeah, reviews. Sorry, she meant reviews. Yes, Tanushri. Thank you.
Yeah, correct. So yeah, reviews is an integral part of the entire landing page experience. So we will have to. It's a chicken and egg story. In order to sell, you need reviews, but to have reviews, you need to sell. So it's an old it's a very old problem, and everybody sort of faces it. But you need to then reach out to your external family and friends, sort of, to then help you, drive some reviews. I wouldn't say manipulate the reviews, but actually genuinely have some genuine feedback about the product, and that's how you start. And once you sort of have those reviews, then you can build further on those particular sales, and because then your conversions will slowly start picking up once you have social proof on your landing pages.
Yeah, I think one more tip, Rohit, in this could be, as you said, that use your circle of influence here, where they give genuine reviews. At the same time, they answer basic queries that are anticipated from the user base.
Yeah.
Right? That what could be, is there any side effect? Just an example, or is this 100% cotton?
Yeah.
Right? Is this a size which is fit for all? So some basic genuine things where a review can mention, and here the community comes together and answers on behalf of a customer.
Correct. And there is one more key update on the platform which we may see in on the Amazon India marketplace front. So it is already happening on the global marketplaces. Let's say Amazon US, Canada, or European markets. There is a program called Amazon Wine, right? So basically, what this does is you pay Amazon, and then Amazon further asks their buyers to buy the product, and then eventually leave a genuine feedback of how the product felt and the product experience, right? So that is a program which is there in US and European markets, which soon is in talks that it will be launched in the Indian market as well. So I think that query will be then resolved of the industries.
Oh, great. There is one more question. I think we'll take this last question. How packaging and delivery influence the end consumer? Oh, very important, extremely important, because whatever you have done till now, the passion with which you have created your brand, or you have created a product, if it reaches the customer in absolutely shabby condition, your entire effort, the entire enthusiasm is not for good at all, right? So packaging is extremely important. Make sure, and there are two parts of this question that I would want to answer. One is from a look and feel perspective and safety of the consignment perspective. At the same time, your logistics cost perspective, don't make it a big box bigger box than required. So make it very compact, a good looking box, and if you can cover it with the flyers, then great, because then the chances of external damages are minimized. When it comes to delivery, fastest delivery is the best answer there, right? If you are in a category which is can't wait kind of thing, because if I have asked for a t-shirt, doesn't matter if I'm going to wear it or not. I just want to have it as soon as possible. So delivery definitely influences the end consumer and their decisions, and it impacts the repeat buying behavior as well. The RPR that you spoke about, right? So with this question, I would, Rohit, I would like to thank you. And before that, before we wrap up, I'll just take few points and conclude this by just repeating the best practices that you mentioned in this for the benefit of the participants. You said decide your budget and decide your margins when it comes to making advertising decisions. So that's a takeaway for our sellers here. Target category and target keywords. That's something that they need to make sure in terms of increasing their visibility and be there on the very first page. Use videos if possible, because videos are a fantastic ways to convert customers. Repeat purchase ratio should be high. For that, you need to go, if that is the case, and if you already have it higher, then go aggressive, right? Your landing page is extremely important. So make sure that you use an image which is different from your competition, which is more inviting in terms of attention. A clearer hero image, that's what you mentioned, right? Yeah. Then you said use Amazon provided brand analytics. Yeah, that's an important tip. Use the research tools which are available. So that's in nutshell. From a logistic side, be the fastest one, be the closest one to the consumer. Find your base, see where your consumer base is, and be closer to your customer. Thank you so much, Rohit. If there is any ending point that you would want to mention.
I mean, I'd just like to thank you for having having this wonderful discussion and sharing your insights as well on how can we improve the overall experience of the customers and how they can benefit out of these particular details. And wonderful discussing. I look forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rohit. I would like to thank all the participants here for all their questions and patience. I enjoyed this conversation, Rohit. Thank you so much for all the insights and the knowledge that you gave to us. You became the Dronacharya for us. Thank you so much, Rohit. Thank you,
Thank you.
participants.
Thanks, guys. Bye.